Leo, what is going on? Welcome into the channel. So happy to have you here always. My name is Deborah, owner of Purusha Holistic Wellness, and this is another episode of Purusha Intuitive, where we're going to look at your energy via the tarot, astrology, or any other channel messages that come through. So let's get into it. I hope that you're doing well today, or this week, this coming up week. We are in, obviously, depending on where you're located in the world, we're in holiday season. So, there's a lot of like tension, annoyance, frustration that's manifesting in the astrology. It's not the worst thing ever. It's like annoyances, right? It's just these nitty-gritty things that are kind of getting at us. And that does make sense because during this time of year, we're kind of forced to be with people that we might not vibe with, it might not resonate with us, and we kind of either have to hold our tongue or we get in these little spats here and there. So Mercury also just went into retrograde in Sagittarius, and we are in Sagittarius season. So Mercury in retrograde is going to make communication a little bit more tense, especially when people don't understand you or they're not really understanding why you're doing what you're doing. There might be some pushback, some resistance, some kind of like, mean looks, mean mugging, right? So don't take it personally. It's not about you. It's their own shit. It's what they're not looking at, what they're not working on. And it's a practice right now. It's a practice to see how you think, feel about yourself, how that reflects in your external environment, and then also making changes accordingly. Once you have that information, that awareness, making changes so you are aligning more with your expansion, evolution, and growth. So we'll start with an energy cleansing as we do clean out all the unwanted, lower vibey energies, right? A little blessing for you and for me and for the reading. It's also a really good time to set your own intention, Leo. So any messages you would like to receive from spirit or questions answered, give those over, be open to receive. And I also do personal readings. I do tarot, astrology, mediumship. If you want me to look at your specific situation, what's specifically going on with you, if you resonate, vibe with these readings, I would love to support in any way possible. And I also do pranic energy healing and Ayurvedic or holistic wellness consultations, reminding us that like if we are not in alignment with our body, mind, and soul, it makes happiness, fulfillment, even manifestations not happy. Like it makes it really hard, right, to make choices that are highest and best for us. So hit me up if you're interested. All that info's in the description box below. I would love to support in any way I can. All right, Leo, let's get into this. I bless you with pure love and light, pure source energy, pure loving grace. I release anything that is not for your highest and best. Any fears, doubts, insecurities, lack of worth, lack of value, pain, anger, frustration, impatience, overwhelm. Cleanse it and release it from our being so that we may see and understand the messages clearly and help to make me a clear and open channel for the collective. Thank you, Father God, spirit guides, guardian angels, Mama Love. Mama Love. Amen. All right, so silver lining right now with the tension, with the frustration you might be experiencing is that the more you can see, right? The more you can see through people, intentions, motivations, using your discernment accordingly, the more it's actually going to empower you. The sun is harmoniously aspected to Mars right now, and that gives us that feeling of courage, empowerment. Like I was saying, Mars is going to be going into retrograde next month in like a week and a half. So it's really important to kind of connect with that energy of how we want to see movement, and then start refining, chipping away at those things. Because if we are staying stuck, if we're staying sedentary, it's gonna cause even more frustration. It's gonna cause even more just mental, emotional is what I'm hearing. In Ayurveda, procrastination is one of the worst things you can do for your heart. So if you're trying to make heart-honoring choices, decisions, when we are stagnant, when there is no movement, then it can be, it can be frustrating. It can cause a lot of tension, a lot of anxiety within. There is I love sanctuary as your overarching energy this week, Leo. This is a lot about bringing in love for self, love for who you are, having your little bubble. It doesn't mean that you are reclusing yourself from other people, but it's more about a place that feels comfortable, that feels satisfying to come back to, where you can just take a deep breath, you can let it all go. And it doesn't necessarily have to be alone. Maybe you find that sanctuary with certain people, certain situations that are not trying to provoke BS, right? I feel like there's a lot of really soft energy for you this week, so be gentle, take it easy on yourself. Especially because we have so many planets in retrograde right now, it naturally slows down the energy. It naturally just slows everything down so that we can hopefully take a look and see what is not working, where there do need to be some shifting and changing, and make adjustments accordingly. I feel like you've not been giving yourself enough nourishment is what I see. Like I said, this energy, overarching energy for you this week is soft, it's loving, it's graceful. You're maybe even connecting with that divine feminine energy a little bit more. What do I mean by that? That part of you that is loving, is nourishing, is supporting, regardless of what gender you are. We all have the masculine and feminine within us. Okay, it does look like you are spending some time alone this week. Not good, bad, right, or wrong. Maybe necessary. Maybe I feel like you are being a little hard on yourself in certain areas. Going back to that need to be soft with yourself, that need to give yourself love and support. It's not creating a sanctuary so you can just wallow in your misery or, bludgeon yourself. We don't really want to do that because, it just feels like a disconnection of self is what I'm seeing for you, Leo. And you might be talking with another person. I'm seeing someone's giving you some sound advice this week, some sound advice about maybe what you've been through, things that you can reflect on. You feel really, like I said, I feel like you are being hard on yourself. You do have a new beginning that you are looking at. You're starting fresh. You're starting completely over. And again, going back to that thing so this is all about connecting with your intuition. And I feel like this Father of Earth, King of Pentacles in the traditional deck is bringing in some advice, to stay put instead of running away. Maybe there's this energy of wanting to get away from it all, not wanting to deal. There's that divine feminine. So not wanting to deal with, even just taking time to give yourself love and grace in the places that you need to. You might be kind of just turning a blind eye is what I'm hearing. And I feel like, I don't know, there's definitely a situation that's happening right now that you don't like, that you wish it looked different. You wish it was working out in your own favor, and it just hasn't been. And like I said, it does look like you're kind of on your toes, or I don't know, where you got your running shoes on, you're ready to book it. Not good, bad, right, or wrong, right? I think cultivating the sanctuary for yourself this week is really important so that you can think through. Remember, there is a lot of tension right now in the astrology, and while it's not the worst, I don't necessarily see these big tower moments happening. It's a lot of cleanup from the old. It's a lot of rewriting ourselves so that we're like making choices that make us happy. And there's a part of you that maybe just doesn't want to look at something. You want to be over and done with it. You don't want to have to deal with it. Maybe you don't want to feel the pain. Maybe you're pushing that down a little bit more. This nature being blocked for you is asking you to become more grounded in your energy, i.e. balanced, stable, harmonious. This happens through practices like getting out, taking a walk, being in nature 100%. Walking barefoot in the grass if it's warm enough where you're at. Meditation, pranayamic breathing, things that actually harmonize the left-right hemisphere of the brain, that bring that balance into being, doing some deep breathing, reading something inspirational that reminds you, that kind of like, I almost feel like you need to get like shocked back into reality. Because there is some avoidance, like I said, and there is this part of you that's trying to run away, or maybe you feel that internally. Maybe you're kind of like looking for those exits of places that you don't have to deal. This person, I don't know, that you're dealing with is trying to exercise some control, some power. And I feel like that's also something that's very suffocating for you, Leo. I don't know that this person has the best intentions in mind. Yes, you are getting wise advice from someone, but then there's also another person here who's kind of like, and maybe it is the same person. Maybe this is someone who's telling you to slow down, which you need to do 100%. But then maybe they have ulterior motives as to why they're saying that. There are some illusions at play, and I feel like that's what you're picking up. That's what you're sensing. But I don't know, your focus is on someone or something else that you're really trying to find success with. You feel like time is running out, or that you don't have a lot longer before you have to make a decision. Something has really changed your perspective. It's like if you don't act now, then. But there's fear because, again, you want this to be successful. And I do feel like there are people that are feeding into this, i.e. putting in their 2 cents. King of Pentacles, it could be Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn energy. It just could also be someone who is a little bit more grounded, stable in their life, knows when to act. That's the downside of fire energy, Leo, is that it's quick, right? It's just, like I said, you're like ready to book it. And that's great in certain situations. However, there's something around this where patience might be the best. Listening to your intuition, the slower that you are with making a decision, the stronger you're going to feel within yourself. You're going to feel more confident, right? Versus that like, well, I got to do it. I got to make a decision now or else. That puts a lot of pressure on yourself. And then once you make that decision, if it doesn't work out how you want it to, you're stuck in that cycle of regret, which almost seems like kind of where you're at right now. So it's like you're going from one regret to the other. And there is a reason that Spirit is asking you to slow down so that you are making choices that feel good for you, Leo. Like you totally deserve that. Yeah, do some self-reflection. I know that's not easy. I know that's like actually not fun at all, but it does garner a lot of positive results in terms of giving you information as to where you can make some changes, where you can shift and adjust a little bit more. And honestly, it's in the whole, like it's all throughout the collective. Everyone's being forced to self-reflect. That's also what retrograde does and we have 4 planets, right? 4 planets in retrograde right now. So it's this value of take it slow, slow down your roll. You might be a little bit of a wild child. Embrace it. I love the wild ones. But this is more about being playful, being fun, finding a channel for your wildness. So it's not self-sabotage or self-destruction, destroying the things that are around you. I feel like that's probably why you want to run, or why you feel like you want to get out, because there's this need to relax, not be so serious. Don't be such an adult right now. Not in how you behave with other people, but more just within yourself, giving yourself that green card to have some fun. Yeah, to do a little energy healing. We got a lot of healing across the board for you, Leo. It's time to take a break. It's time to slow down a little bit this week. Give yourself a little love, little care. You're going to be so happy that you did. It's actually going to change. Even if you don't believe it, sitting here right now, it's going to change your perspective. It's going to give you way more clarity than what you can even understand in this moment. There's a lot of heaviness, and it's time to work through it. It's time to process through it so you're not carrying it around anymore. That's not fun. All right, Leo, thank you so much for your time, energy always. I hope you found messages that resonated here. Definitely drop comments below if you did. I really love to hear, or just connect, share, and a little love, little TLC. Thank you so much for all the love and support you bring it to the channel, you bring my way. No, I'm sending it back to you.